As we navigate the ever-changing educational landscape, innovation takes part in the teaching and learning environment. Nowadays, where the world almost revolves around digital technologies, those technologies already plays a vital role in the lives of each individuals every day. Good day, our dear panelists. We are the Group 1 presenters and presenting our research topic, establishing an e-simulation among selected BEd students at the Gig City University, basis for a proposed e-learning approach.
According to the study of COMMI 2021, classroom engagement has been flourished in a remarkable role in academic field. Thus, it must be learner-centered pedagogy. In connection with this idea, one of the existing concepts in the learner-centered approach is the application of experiential learning. As stated by David Cole, this is a student-centered approach allowing the learner to engage in a real-world setup. And one of the key in establishing this kind of learning is the creation of simulation room. According to Kingway 2015, simulation is used enable for the learner to experience learning in a real-life situation. However, along with this innovation, a lot of universities are not able to go through this advancement for the reason of budget cost and maintenance, especially those public universities that are lack in budget and establishment for this kind of implementation. Here at Taguig City University, there is an existing BEd simulation room located at Academic Building, 2nd floor, room 220. The simulation room was served its purpose as it provides different instructional materials that can be used by the BEd pre-service teachers in their demonstration and in their ongoing classes. In line up with this, the researchers came up to an idea to have another simulation room to support the existing simulation but in the form of e-simulation. Furthermore, this research also addresses the problem of budget costs because e-simulation do not require a huge budget. Technologies plays a vital role in the educational landscape as this provides an accessible and convenient learning materials for both students and learners, learning facilitators. The Viva Worlds is a BEd e-simulation. It contains different learning materials that will serve as another medium of learning resources for the Bachelor of Elementary Education students. This study aims to propose an e-learning approach by establishing an e-simulation room that will be tested with selected BEd students at the Taguig City University.
For the research gap, here at Taguig City University, there is an existing BEd simulation room located at the Academic Building, 2nd floor, room 220. However, in line with the advancement of technology, the researcher aims to establish a much more convenient, budget-friendly, and accessible simulation room for the Bachelor of Elementary Education student in a form of electronic simulation or e-simulation. The e-simulation also supports the study of Cody Dirko 2021, emphasizing the use of technology and education. The researcher here aims to innovate education by integrating technology to the existing BEd room. Therefore, the goal of this research is to propose an e-learning approach in the form of e-simulation website.
In line with the research design, the researchers will use quantitative approach. This approach collects all numerical information and data from the survey questionnaire the researchers come up with. The researchers plan to use a quantitative approach in their study is to aim and systematically gather information to describe the results of the collected data through the researchers' intent to propose an e-learning approach with the establishment of an e-simulation.
This study will be conducted at Taguig City University. The researchers' target respondents will be the selected second-year Bachelor of Elementary Education students. In connection with the local sampling, the researchers used the purposive sampling in the current study. According to Kashani in 2022, purposive sampling refers to a group of non-probability sampling techniques in which units or respondents are selected on purpose. With regards to the purposive sampling, the researchers will provide a physical copy of the survey questionnaires unable to gather the data or the needed data to analyze the establishing of an e-simulation as proposed for the e-learning approach. To proceed with the statement of the problem, the researchers came up with the following questions of establishing an e-simulation among the selected BS students at Taguig City University, basis for a proposed BDAS e-learning approach. For the first question is, we have, to what extent do BS students perceive the availability of an e-simulation room as a valuable resource for enhancing their learning experience?
To proceed with another statement of the problem, this question is based from the conceptual framework, which is the ADDIE model. The 5 stages from ADDIE model shows the process of establishing a website from planning up until the implementation. This question was focused on the last phase of ADDIE, which is the evaluation phase. In the question under the evaluation phase of ADDIE model, what is the assessment of the students in terms of the following? First is the user engagement. Second is the content relevance. Third is the usability. Fourth is the interactivity. Fifth is the learning outcome. Sixth is the technical performance. And lastly, seventh is the accessibility.
For the third question, does the use of BDAS World influence the overall learning outcomes and retention rates of the students who participated in the e-simulation room? And lastly, based on the findings of the study, what e-learning approach may be proposed?
By the use of Likert scale, the data will be gathered through a survey questionnaire to assess student perspective in using BDAS World in terms of, first is the user engagement. It focuses on how the users interact with BDAS World e-simulation. Second is the content relevance, how the users perceive the content and its alignment in the course objective. Third is the usability. It highlights the user's confidence in using the e-simulation and the overall appearance and navigation. Fourth is the interactivity. It determines the interactive features inside the BDAS World. Fifth is the learning outcomes. It focuses on how BDAS World accurately reflect the skills and knowledge gained from the activities inside the simulation. Technical performance, the overall technicalities of the BDAS World, and the accessibility on how accessible the e-simulation is. The researchers created 5 questions, each components, to integrate in the study, establishing an e-simulation among selected BEd students at Taguig City University, basis for a proposed BDAS e-learning approach.